What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel. Now, I don't normally do videos centered around news pieces or something that drops like a big piece of information. I let the outlets on Twitter and the websites handle that because that's where people like to go. But I feel like today, this is cause for a rant. And maybe I don't know who I'm ranting towards, or I don't know why this happened specifically, but Daredevil was just canceled by Netflix. Now, we've been seeing this a lot lately. The trend has slowly gotten worse and worse. We had Iron Fist. I wasn't a massive fan of Season 1, but I did hear that Season 2 got better, which is disappointing because they could have continued to go up. Luke Cage gets canceled. Now, that one was more disappointing for me because I feel like Luke Cage had a lot of potential to continue to become a better show. And then the one that really started getting me like, okay, and this isn't a Marvel show, this is just a Netflix show in general, but that is American Vandal. I think American Vandal Season 1 was fantastic. Not everyone loves Season 2, but I love Season 2. I thought it was awesome. So when they canceled that show, I got really upset because I saw the potential of where that could go, as well as Luke Cage and even Iron Fist in a way. And I knew that there were more things coming. That wasn't the end of it. And today we saw that they did not just cancel Iron Fist, they did not just cancel Luke Cage, but they canceled Marvel's best show in Daredevil. Now, there are a few reasons why they could have canceled this. The ratings, especially for this season, have not been the best. Now, they're still solid for Netflix, above many other shows on Netflix originals, but they weren't as good as Season 1 and as good as Season 2. They continue to decline. So that is a reason to have hesitance on another season. But to cancel the show, Netflix, the quality of Daredevil, I hate to say it, but it may just be one of, if not your best shows you have ever done. And you are canceling that level of quality? What are your standards? And once again, I don't think Netflix necessarily cares how good the show was. They just want those ratings. They just want those numbers. So that is a very valid reason on why they would cancel the show, because the numbers have dropped off. I don't understand why more people haven't been watching the show, but they didn't. They may have skipped out on Season 3, or they're like, oh, I'm planning on getting to it. I just haven't yet. But the more people that feel that way, the worse the ratings are for the show. And that is just the sad truth to all of it. So if they did cancel it because of the ratings, which is the most likely cause, then I understand to a point, but still, the level of quality of Daredevil, in my opinion, it's the best superhero show we've ever had. And Season 3, in my opinion, was better than Seasons 1 and 2, and Seasons 1 and 2 were fantastic. This show continued to go up. It was not Luke Cage, it was not Iron Fist, it didn't level out, it didn't moderately get better. This show's quality has substantially increased from Seasons 1, 2, and 3, and Season 1 was fantastic. So the fact that Daredevil got canceled is very upsetting, but that's not the only option here, right? It could have gotten canceled for the ratings, and they said this in the quote, while the series on Netflix has ended, the 3 existing seasons will remain on the service for years to come. Okay, see, that kind of cancels out my theory of, oh, maybe they're taking Daredevil from Netflix over to the new Disney streaming service, and they're going to rev up the engines there and bring back Luke Cage and Iron Fist, and maybe do a Heroes for Hire, bring back all of the shows that Netflix has canceled. But it sounds to me like these shows are staying on Netflix, the ones that we have so far, and they're not going to do any new ones. Now, what does that mean for Jessica Jones? What does that mean for The Punisher? We have a Jessica Jones Season 3 on its way. Will that be the last season? And we have a Season 2 of The Punisher. I love The Punisher. I hope that that does not get canceled. But right now, it's not looking good for the Marvel shows. But that is not the end of the quote. You see, I don't just want to use this video to rant to you guys, to sit here and release my anger, because yes, I am angry because I want to see more of this show, and I'm also a little sad because I think this thing was on a path that no other comic book show could have competed with. But I also want to use this as a platform to tell you guys that there may still be some hope. First off, if you guys have any comments, if you want to talk about Daredevil, whether it's your favorite moment or your favorite episode, please do that. But here's the hope that I leave you with. It says the 3 existing seasons will remain on the service for years to come, while the Daredevil character will live on in future projects for Marvel. Now let me read that one more time. While the Daredevil character will live on in future projects for Marvel. What does that mean? Does that mean Daredevil will show up in other shows? Well, maybe. Or does that mean that this character has become so popular and so many people have talked about how much they love Charlie Cox as Daredevil, and I hate to say it, but above a Luke Cage, above an Iron Fist, above a Jessica Jones, even though I think all of those characters are perfectly suited for the actors and actresses portraying them, but Charlie Cox's Daredevil is something else. He's on another level. And when this tells me that this character will live on in future projects for Marvel, I know nothing. I'm just a wannabe movie critic who lives in Kentucky, who rants about shows when they get canceled, or who rants about the companies that cancel the shows. I know absolutely nothing, but I will tell you this. I don't think we've seen the last of Daredevil. Whether he shows up in another show, or whether he is integrated into the MCU. Now, I know I'm talking crazy, and people are going to be like, Austin, you're crazy, you're out of your mind, you're a lunatic, but it would not surprise me if we see Daredevil pop up in something that is not a Netflix show, whether it's the streaming service, or whether it's just a small cameo in a future MCU movie. I don't know, but the MCU is changing, and I am here to tell you that I do not think we have seen the last of this character, because the character is just too good. So I started out upset, and I slowly talked myself into being a little bit excited because I'm hoping that we get to see more of Charlie Cox's Daredevil, and I'm optimistic on what the future holds with the character of Daredevil. But the most important question is, what do you guys think? I'm so glad I didn't go watch a movie today. I was going to go watch The Possession of Hannah Grace, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a break tonight, but this gave me the opportunity, if not to talk about how upset we are as fans of this show, but just to shed a little light and bring a little optimism to this fact that this show just got canceled, which is oh so disappointing to me. I wanted to see another season. I wanted to see Kingpin back, one of the best villains, and the beginning of Bullseye was so good, and we're not getting any more Bullseye. Oh, this is so disappointing. But there's always hope for the future, and maybe this show won't continue on Netflix, but who knows, guys? Who knows? I'm not going to keep going because I could talk myself to death and talk you guys to death. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for everything that you guys do. Thank you for sticking to this channel. I can't wait to review more Netflix things. I hope in the distant future we get to see this character again. I will catch you guys later, and I will see you tomorrow with hopefully 2 to 3 more reviews.